All right, day 194. We're back in again. We don't quit, listen. Now, I was just giving a quick recap of how the day has gone. Basically, started this morning off with just writing an exploratory scene. That's because I'm in the plotting world building stage. I'm building the foundation of the entire story. You can't really write a book series on a dead foundation. That kind of makes sense. It's like building a house and you haven't laid the foundation. Doesn't work. It just crumbles. So that's why when I'm drafting, that's basically just exploratory scenes to like live more in the world and make certain creative problems pop up from the surface so I can solve them within my notebook. You can see the notebook right there behind here, which I just go to instantly when I hit some sort of obstacle. So today, like the biggest obstacle, still, I think I said this yesterday as well, the biggest problem I have right now is that I don't have this big world conflict that drives tension throughout the entire story. It's like Harry Potter, the ideology of purebloods rising, because throughout the entire books, it's basically the purebloods, which is like the Death Eaters and Voldemort, which is the ideology of the fact that purebloods should be the only wizards and muggles should just be extinct. That conflict is rising and then peaking in the last books. That sort of conflict is something I need in my own books, because it's like having that one conflict carries the entire story forward. There's always tension, even though there's some chapters in Harry Potter where there isn't it's not that much tension. Like, for example, I can remember a chapter in the third book, which is actually right behind me, right there. You see it? In the third book, there's a chapter called Aunt Margie. It's a big mistake, and there isn't that much tension. Okay, his aunt gets blown up, but there's this underlying tension between Harry and Voldemort, and this world conflict is driving a lot of people to keep on reading. So that's what I need for my own book series. That's what I've been thinking for the past few days, and having a good antagonist to just work in the story as well. That's something I need too. I don't honestly know exactly what a good antagonist would look like. Right now I have a character called Garrick Thorne, which is an ex-warrior type of person, grew up in a village called Frostrød, which is a Norwegian word, or Norwegian place. And yeah, I wrote more about this antagonist, a bit backstory on where he came from, etc. But I still have to map out the cultural aspect of Northwatch and the world I'm building. I'm going to make a video soon about just how far have I actually built my world. Just one dedicated video on what the world looks like at the moment, just with all the details I can remember, and just rant all over, because it's a bit hard to say. Whenever I say my antagonist Garrick Thorne, people don't know the context of where he's put, what kind of places is this happening, where is it happening. Yeah, so I'll make a dedicated video for that. Other than that, I haven't. Yeah, it's been mainly writing, trying to solve this problem, this big, what is my world conflict, and what is the antagonist that's going to drive through it as well. That's been the main things I've been focusing on today, and obviously I've been reading, as I believe all fantasy writers or just writers in general should be doing, because like absorbing other writing brings new ideas and angles, etc. when you're writing yourself. That's at least what I've noticed, because I've read like the Harry Potter series twice, and when I got like back when I wrote more and more and more, I've written for about 6 months now, I feel like my writing is becoming more like J.K. Rowling's writing, which is a very cool and weird thing at the same time. Something like a subconscious is happening, I think. And yeah, I think we're gonna end it there. So yeah, have a nice evening.